Hey, what's up, y'all? Did you know the Aztecs sacrificed up to 20,000 people in a single festival? Bro, that's some Batman villain Bane type hood behavior. That's like walking into an NBA stadium, locking it down, and executing everyone inside. And it was just part of the culture. But for what? Just to keep the gods happy? Or was there something more going on? Well, let's find out. So why did they do it? The basic answer is religion. Yeah, but it's way more interesting than that. See, the Aztecs believed their gods literally needed human blood to keep the world running. Their sun god, whose name I cannot pronounce for the life of me, so we'll just call him the sun god, was basically on a never-ending cosmic treadmill, fighting darkness every day just to make sure the sun came up. And if they didn't keep feeding him fresh human hearts, well, the whole world would just stop. According to legend, the sun god was basically just an old-timey John Wick from central Mexico. The story goes that the creator of all things was a husband and wife duo. The role they filled was basically the Christian version of God the Father. You know, they made everything. Well, one day the mother goddess gets impregnated by a ball of feathers. Yes, I did say feathers. Well, her kids were pissed off. So naturally, they decided to kill her. You know, standard well-adjusted kid behavior. So to defend his mom, the sun god straight Kool-Aid mans his way out of her womb, fully grown and decked out in armor, then absolutely bodies his siblings. He beheads his sister and tosses her down a mountain like a used towel. Some say this is where ragdoll physics in video games originated. His brothers, they took one look at that carnage and they said, yeah, nah, I'm out. And they jumped into the sky, becoming the stars. And this, according to the Aztecs, is why the sun is always chasing the moon and stars around the sky. The stars are his brother, and the moon was his sister. This is also why they believe they needed to regularly slaughter thousands of people to provide tribute and fuel for the sun's eternal chase. If he didn't have enough strength to battle his siblings, they would destroy their mother when they caught up to her, which would be the end of the world. As you know, destroying God would kind of be a bad day. But the Aztec sacrifices weren't just about faith, they were also about power. These sacrifices were public events like the Super Bowl, but way bloodier. People gathered, cheered, and got hyped, literally for murder. One of the most common sacrificial methods involved dragging a victim to the top of a temple, laying them on a stone slab, and while 4 priests held them down, a 5th priest would cut them open with a flint knife. What was the goal? To rip out their heart and offer it to the gods. And if you're wondering, nah, they didn't get numbed up first. No tequila shots, no painkillers. They laid there and felt everything. The Aztecs believed the heart was a fragment of the sun's heat, so they'd cut through the stomach and diaphragm, pull it out, and place it in a sacred bowl. Then, just to complete the ritual, the victim's body got disrespectfully Spartan kicked down the temple stairs like a bag of dirty laundry. Oh, and you know how modern football fans are diehard for their team? Well, Aztec fans were literally diehard. Spectators at the bottom would stab, pierce, and bleed themselves as a form of auto-sacrifice while dancing, singing, and whistling. Dog, how did these people not spread AIDS? The whole AIDS was created to kill black people and gays conspiracy might have some holes, but after hearing this, I kinda understand where y'all coming from. Because how in the world did AIDS not originate from these fools with all this blood being thrown around? These sacrifices kept people in check, terrified enemies, and reinforced the Aztecs' dominance. Some historians even think it was a form of population control, but that theory is widely debated. Which makes sense, because sacrificing one person or even 50 people at a time kinda sounds like the slowest form of population control possible. Temple heart extractions were the go-to, but the Aztecs liked variety. Some victims were decapitated, while some were shot full of arrows, and honestly, probably the nastiest thing I ever heard of. Some were flayed so the priests could wear their skin like the damn Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Bro, what are you doing running around in a human skin suit? Again with the AIDS, bro. Oh, and vegans say that we kill animals in cruel ways. So, who all was sacrificed? Well, not just enemies. I mean, yeah, prisoners of war, they were prime candidates, especially those from the flower wars. which were basically staged battles to collect sacrifices. The Flower Wars were supposed to be respectable battles where the Aztecs wouldn't use ranged weapons like darts or slings. Instead, they would use more skillful weapons to fight with honor, like these big-ass sticks with sharp obsidian blades on the side to really decimate you and leave you with zero chance of survival. You see, ladies, when you say, "I need a real man," just remember, real men used to bash each other's skulls in for the sun god, so maybe cut Jimmy some slack for not changing his own car oil. So, with everything you've heard about the Aztecs here, do you kind of see why the Spanish rolled in and were like, yeah, these people are absolute monsters, and started writing horror stories? And yeah, the Aztecs did do mass sacrifices, but they were not killing 80,000 people in a weekend like some Spanish reports claimed. See, through research, I've seen numbers as low as 500 people a year, which is obviously a lot, but maybe not enough to decimate an entire civilization of people. A lot of these numbers were exaggerated for shock value. The Spanish needed an excuse to wipe out the Aztecs and take their land. So saying, "These savages are murdering thousands a day," made great propaganda, even though killing thousands of people a day logistically makes no damn sense. But to be fair, the Aztecs really did not help out their case. See, they didn't downplay all these claims. They wanted people to be terrified of their power. They were like that homeboy getting gassed up by everybody to impress the girls, and he just standing there smiling like a dumbass knowing damn well everyone's lying about him. He knows that stuff isn't true. So, to answer the question, why did the Aztecs sacrifice people? Was it to please the gods? Or was it a mix of religion, power, and straight up psychological warfare? Well, it's really a mix of, everything. But just like some people in the modern day, the Aztecs sure knew how to keep an audience entertained, even if it meant in the most disgusting manner I've ever even heard of. But with that being said, thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all next time.